Good morning, guys. Dr. Matt Worthington, Clinical Psychologist, coming to you today from beautiful Brisbane. I love living in a city. I am a real city boy, probably coming from Liverpool in England. I just love the buildings and I do like concrete jungles. It's something I'm familiar with. That makes me feel safe. And I love the noise of the traffic. Some people like trees and peace and quiet and what have you, which I do. They are beautiful. They really are. I just feel at home here. It's beautiful. I feel so privileged. A beautiful blue sky, and the sun's always shining here in beautiful Queensland. Just to let you know, guys, I'm on day 11, no alcohol, and I'm still on the 8 months health kick. So eating lots of green veg, and so anti-inflammatory foods, fish oil, lots of fish, salmon. I take a lot of gut health products as well, anti-inflammatory supplements, and anything that can help with oxidative stress as well. Because often we have trauma in childhood. Again, no one to blame, no one to. I'm not. It's just all trauma is just a physiological response in the body, and it gets suppressed. And if the trauma is chronic, in other words, if the physiological response in the body is chronic, it can manifest as oxidative stress and chronic inflammation, which in the short term are healthy things, but in the long term, they're not very good for your body, and they can affect your mood and the way you think, and your aging, and your immune system, and just your general day-to-day functioning. And a lot of inflammation is often connected to or underlies depression, and oxidative stress as well underlies anxiety, stress, and often these two things underlie post-traumatic stress and complex post-traumatic stress as well, and bowel issues like inflammatory bowel and irritable bowel, because our immune system is mostly in our gut system, and that's where the majority of your inflammation comes from. So the gut becomes inflamed as well. Anyway, and that can sort of make us feel uncomfortable, distressed, depressed, and what have you, and really impact the quality of our life on a daily basis. So I try and keep a good diet, and but I do come and go. I am human. And I accept that I will come and go, and I'm okay with that. That's okay. I'm okay with being average, and by average, what I mean is I accept myself. I accept myself for who I am, and I don't define my personality, my worth by the amount of validation I could potentially get from other people. It took me a long time to get here, a long time. This is one of the great things about being older, guys. You get wisdom often through adversity, and so it's a beautiful thing, wisdom. And I'm not saying I'm very wise. I've just been able to accommodate some of the experiences that I've had in my life, and understand how they've affected my body. And through changing my body, I change the way I feel, and by changing the way I feel, I can take the power out of negative thoughts. Not all the time, only sometimes, because again, being human, just to let you know, guys, as an update, I do tend to work long hours, and I do have a stressful job. So yesterday, although I did a half day yesterday, I a bit of life stuff going on, and a bit stressed yesterday, and I never got to bed till about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up about 4:30. Just lying there, I thought I may as well go for a swim, and because it is swim day today anyway. So I took some supplements, paced myself over about an hour taking my supplements, and then I went to the pool downstairs in the apartment block where I live, and I decided I was going to swim a mile. That was my goal today, is going to swim a mile. I have done this before, 1.6k, about 1,600 meters, And so I thought, yeah, but I haven't done it for a while. I haven't swum a mile for a while because I do come and go from my health routines. So, but having a big why, big reason to do this is good. It really motivates you, it gets you back on track. And my reason is to go to BioCybernaut for intensive neurofeedback at the end of June, which I'm really looking forward to. 10 hours a day, or a very intensive neurofeedback, 7 days a week, alpha training. Really looking forward to that. And so I'm exercising to try and trying to get my body to an optimal condition, so I can get the most benefit, or as much benefit as I possibly can, optimum benefit from it. So I swam the mile today. I managed to get the mile done, a front crawl, freestyle, and yeah, I had to rest. I got to about I think it was about halfway through, and I was stopping then for rest every, say, 3 lengths. I'd stop, and sometimes it'd be 2 lengths, sometimes it'd be 1 length, and I'd stop for about 30 seconds, and I'd just get my breath back and start again. Just taking it easy, just trying to get into the rhythm, and not trying to prove myself to anybody. There was nobody there. Just getting into the rhythm of it. Just it's almost therapeutic and meditative, really. And it's pretty cool. And one thing that's really helped is doing the Wim Hof technique. This has just taken me to a whole other level of inner comfort, inner peace. The Wim Hof technique, I'm on the 2nd week now, it's just amazing. It has to be the most powerful technique I have ever come across in my life. I got it for $100, a 10-week course, $100, because it was Wim's birthday. It's normally $200, but $200. I mean, I know that's a lot of money to some people. I do appreciate that. What I'm trying to say is this guy is not ripping people off. You can go to see a motivational speaker and pay like $5,000 for a day. This is $200 for 10 weeks. I mean, that's, and the value. I mean, it's not for everybody. It's not, and this isn't a recommendation. You must always check with the company. You must always check to see whether you're suitable. Your health reasons and what have you, because you don't want to exacerbate anything. So always be responsible. I can only say that my sense of inner peace it's just been profound. I mean, I've got no doubt the healthy eating and the exercise and the supplements help. Of course they do. But it's this Wim Hof technique has just taken it up to 1,000 points. Just incredible, really. There's no sense of wanting to prove myself or having to speak, to break a silence. I do have anxiety from trauma, and I used to do that a lot. Feeling as though I have to speak to break a silence. And that's to do with validation. Wanting validation. And why do we want validation? Well, it's to help us feel comfortable. But if we already feel comfortable inside, then we have less of a need to seek as much validation. I'm not saying we shouldn't seek validation. It's who we are. It's part of being human. It's part of the human condition. That's fine. It's just how much validation we seek, or how intense the need is to seek validation. So we can lessen that need through or for me anyway, through looking after gut health and reducing inflammation, oxidative stress, and doing the Wim Hof, of course, as well. I'm 51 soon, and I don't think I'm doing too bad for a 51-year-old. Swimming a mile today, coming and going from a health regime. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just go into my trauma release exercise routine, otherwise known as TRE. There's a wonderful lady called Sharon Mullen. I regard her as probably one of the best TRE coaches in Australia, if not the world, to be honest with you. She trained me, and she is absolutely awesome, really awesome. Trauma releasing exercises are a technique which was developed by a trauma expert called David Baselli, and he uses the technique in trauma zones, and it helps to release. It's the activation of a therapeutic tremor in your body to release, and this tremor helps to release trapped shock in your body, which is basically what trauma is. It's trapped shock. And you can't really reach that shock with talking, because it's in your body, it's in your muscles, it's in your gut, it's everywhere. It's in the viscera of your body. It's out of reach of talking. That's not to say that we shouldn't talk to people, and if we want to, but it's just that if we want to reach that shock and release it, there are ways to do that, like trauma releasing exercises and trauma sensitive yoga and what have you, which are very powerful techniques. And I'm going to do my trauma releasing exercises now, so hopefully I'll be able to position the phone somewhere and you'll be able to watch me. I'll probably start another video, and just a new video, and you'll just see me doing it for a few minutes. But don't take my trauma releasing exercises as instruction. And following that, I'll also do some Wim Hof breathing. But again, don't take it as instruction. You must contact, a qualified TRE instructor, or the Wim Hof method organization. Okay, guys, I'm going to say have an average day today. And by that, what I mean is it's okay just to be yourself. Average has a negative connotations to it. It's about the connotation we attach to a word, which is essentially, it's about the feeling that we attach to a word, really. It's the feeling that gives a word power. And if we have a negative feeling attached to average, ask yourself why you have that negative feeling, and be curious about it. Our feelings are beautiful. Our feelings are beautiful. Everything that comes from our body is beautiful. It really is. It's the product of, if you believe in evolution, or if you believe in a God, or whatever you believe in, that resulted in your body being here, give thanks to it. I believe in evolution. I am open-minded about God and what have you, but I do believe in evolution. I really respect Darwin, and I know there are other theories out there as well, and that's all good. But what I'm trying to say is, everything that comes from our body is beautiful, even if it doesn't feel very comfortable. I get that. But at the end of the day, our body is just trying to look after us in its own way. And so give thanks to your body. It sounds weird to do that, and some of you might think, that's a bit weird. So I suppose